presidential slogans often embody the locality of the candidate. And we see that here in a license plate topper for 1930s presidential candidate Alf Landon, who is the governor of the state of Kansas. And we can see that behind Landon's picture are two sunflowers, the symbol of the state of Kansas. Now, these objects here, to Alf Landon, license plate topper, as well as his opponent FDR, also speak to the changing ways in which campaign slogans are being distributed to a wider public. These are all being put on automobiles. They're speaking to the changes of the 1930s, that automobile ownership is much more common, and that individuals are putting their political values onto their cars. So no longer would you have a walking stick or a button or some other object attached to your person or an object in your home. Instead, you're carrying the campaign with you as you travel about your community, sharing your support for Franklin Delano Roosevelt, or saying that you disagree with the New Deal and the platform of Roosevelt, and instead you are with Alf Landon. Again, depicted here with the sunflowers from Kansas. You can't but help and look at this object and see the figure that it is depicting. There aren't any words, there's no clear date, only a smile and a peanut. It's Jimmy Carter. And this speaks to the power of his branding and his message. Jimmy Carter, Georgia peanut farmer, with an infectious smile. This object conveys everything about Jimmy Carter's campaign in 1976. Much like earlier campaigns by William Henry Harrison, Andrew Jackson, and others to speak to a common man mentality, we see here a figure who is kind, a figure who is welcoming, a figure with an agricultural background. He's a farmer, even though he's also a trained nuclear physicist. He's a common man, he's a kind man, and it is able to convey that without any words. Now, looking at it today, it's kind of a funny object, but in its time, it conveyed all you needed to know about Carter's campaign and the figure that he would be as president. "I like Ike" is one of the most iconic campaign slogans in the 20th century, and we see it depicted here in a simple disposable cup, an object that has Dwight D. Eisenhower's face and then the slogan in jolly political font. This kind of captures both the era of the 1950s, that a campaign object is disposable, speaking to the consumerism of the era, and the simplicity of the message. And we have it juxtaposed here with another small disposable cup for his opponent, Adlai Stevenson. And his slogan doesn't roll off the tongue quite as well as "I like Ike." It says, "Here's to Adlai." Now, Adlai Stevenson, one of the most important politicians of post-war Illinois, he had served as governor, and his grandfather had served as vice president for Grover Cleveland, made two unsuccessful efforts to achieve the presidency against Dwight D. Eisenhower. And both of these cups speak to their candidacies, and they speak to the era of the 1950s.